What's up? Today we're going to be talking about getting motivated and feeling like you have that drive that you need in order to go after your goal. So, a lot of guys are telling me, Jad, I'm finding it hard to get motivated. I don't know where to get my motivation from. Here's the secret to motivation: pain. Pain is the key to being motivated. Now, they may confuse you at the beginning. You're like, wait. I already have a lot of pain in my life. In fact, disappointment is what's taking away a lot of my motivation. Let me tell you this. The reason why you're still stuck is because changing is not a must for you. You feel like you should change, but you don't feel like you must change. When I had a major breakthrough in my life with women, it's when the pain became so great that it went from a should to a must. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, not another day. Never again. I am not living one more day suffering and having this problem with women in my life. I'm going to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay in order to handle this. So, in order for you to feel motivated, you need to get to the place where it's a must for you, not just a should. Now let's take a step back. So how do you feel motivated? Is you have to feel the pain of your situation. Here's the mistake a lot of men are making. They're watering down their pain. When you feel depressed, when you feel disappointed in yourself, in your life, maybe you're disappointed in your love life or in your business life or with your body, what are you doing? What you're doing is you're self-medicating to water away that pain. You're playing video games to forget about your problems. You're scrolling on your phone to forget about your problems. You're watching porn to forget about your problems. You're eating junk food. You're not going to the gym. You're watching Netflix. You're watching hours of YouTube. All of these things are doing one thing. They are watering down your pain. They are tranquilizers. But you know what? Now, they are tranquilizing your pain, but you know what else you're tranquilizing? Your hunger, your drive, your motivation. Emotion. 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 Emotion causes motion. If you want to get yourself in motion, you have to feel emotion. In order for you to feel emotion, specifically in this case, in order for you to feel pain, you have to first get present to the pain. You got to stop watering down your pain, playing video games, scrolling on your phone, watching porn, eating junk food, and instead stop all those bad habits. Sit in your pain, look in the mirror, and admit to yourself tell the truth to yourself about the fucked up situation you're in. Be present to the fucked up situation you're in. Be present to how bad this feels in your life. And when you sit in that, now I know it's not fun. But if you allow yourself to sit in full presence in the fucked upness of your situation, then you will allow enough time and space for you to feel the pain enough that you say, fuck this. Enough. Not another day. I'm better than this. I'm going to take a stand for my life and I'm going to change it. So your brother Jad, the way he got to the point where he said, not another day. I'm going to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay in order to get this woman thing handled. It's because Jad sat in his pain. Let me tell you a little story. At one point in my journey, I got so frustrated. I was like, I wanted to go and talk to girls, but I kept getting paralyzed by fear, and I just couldn't break through. So I went away for about a week. We had an apartment. It was an abandoned apartment. It was empty. Had just a few pieces of furniture in it. And I went to that apartment. It was in the mountains. Luckily, even the neighbors weren't there. And so I went to my mother's room where there was a cabinet with a giant mirror on it, and then there was just a chair in the room and then a side table. That's it. And I just sat in that room for a week in front of that mirror with a journal, with paper, with A4 printer paper, okay? A pen, a paper, a little stereo, a chair, and that cabinet with a mirror. And I just sat there and I talked to myself and I faced my pain and I just sat in the pain and I just faced my situation and I made a decision. I'm not going to leave this room until I have reached a point where I have resolved to change this once and for all. And so Jad sat there and looked at himself honestly, looked at the mirror honestly. So I got pissed off enough that I put my foot down, drew a line in the sand, and said, never again. From this day forward, I shall be a new man. I shall be that 10.0 version of myself. And you know what happened after that? I had a huge transformation in my life with women. I finally started showing up and approaching women. Even though there was fear, I would go and talk to women anyway. I would finally be able to talk to the women that previously intimidated me. All of that happened because I faced the pain, I sat in the pain, and I allowed the pain to build so much that it transformed into drive forward to win. Your pain is fuel that you need to transmute, you need to transform into fuel to propel you forward to win. There's a great book called The Alchemist. An alchemist is someone that transforms lead into gold. What you're doing is you need to transform your pain into motivation. Lead into gold, pain into gold, into motivation. So pain is gold. Pain is your gold. The reason why we're living in a society of men who aren't going after anything and have no drive and who are just kind of walking around like this is because they're constantly jumping from one, watering down themselves. Jump from the, look, here it is. Okay, oh, I'm going to game on my phone. Okay, now I'm going to switch apps. Now I'm on Facebook. Now I'm scrolling. Oh, let me switch apps. Okay, now I'm watching porn. Okay, now let me go back on my computer. Oh, big screen. Porn on the big screen. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I'm watching Netflix. Okay, now I'm putting ice cream. Each one of those is watering down your pain. Then you're wondering, how can I not have motivation? How could you have motivation, motherfucker? You're not even here 98% of your day. So step away from the vices. Be man enough to face yourself, face the pain. Here's what I tell my clients. For God's sakes, sometimes let yourself be bored. Sit down in the room and stare at the wall. And they laugh. I said, no, literally sit down and stare at the wall. Maybe you'll fucking feel something for once. Alcoholics Anonymous. Step 1 to get over your alcohol addiction is to admit you have a problem. They start their meetings like this. Hi, my name's Jad and I'm an alcoholic. Why do they start their meetings like that? Because until you admit that you have a problem, you are powerless to stop it. In other words, as long as you're in denial of how bad your problem is, you cannot connect, you cannot catch that that motivation, that hunger that is required for you to conquer that problem. As long as you're in denial of how bad your woman problem is, you're never going to be hungry enough to change it. That's why some of you who have been watching me for years are still stuck. Because you never stopped long enough to feel the pain bad enough and look at your life honestly enough to see how fucked up your situation really is. And if you have the balls to look at yourself honestly, look at your life and your situation honestly, then my friend, then my dear, you will connect to that motivation. And then you will not have any trouble being motivated. You'll jump out of bed every single morning. You can't wait to take on the day because you're on a mission to change this terrible trajectory you're on because you felt the pain of that and you do not want to end up like that in the future. And so now you're on a mission to save yourself, to save your life. Jad was on a mission to save his motherfucking life. I realized there was nobody coming to save me. I had to save me. It's up to you. Save yourself. Sit in the pain, and then the motivation will come.